So half stamina for gold is up on global by the time this video is being uploaded. And if you don't know, obviously, the gold stage is the best place to farm gold. I still get people on my streams that ask, wow, how do you have so much gold on your free-to-play account? Because I think right now I only have like 300 million gold on my free-to-play account, but I aim towards getting like 500 million so I could start working on getting like boxes and stuff. Farming gold is very, very important. And you, every single time you sell on the banner, you need to think, oh, how many of these spots are going to actually go towards overnight farming on the half stamina weekend, every single weekend on, it depends on what what time zone you are, but it's generally on Sunday if you are in Europe, and Saturday if you are in America, I'm pretty sure, for global. For JP, it's Sunday for, Saturday for both. But what is the fastest and how much gold can you get? In average, I see that these days, with like level 100 characters, you know, SA6, even with the low-end kind of team that I was using a few months ago, I haven't farmed gold on my JP in months. I mean, this is different comp, it doesn't matter. I haven't farmed gold in months, like for real, for real. Last time I farmed was on global with my level 80 characters, right? And I got like 100 million gold overnight, like 8-9 hours of sleep. That's pretty decent. It was before Echidna came out. So this, I want to say, is the most consistent farming team in the game. All you want to do really when farming is maximizing your AoEs. You don't need Festival King or Echidna. I'll say Shin is very great, and he's a very old character if you've pulled him, which I hope you have, because he's a great farming character. I would say it's worth getting him to like level 90. You don't need to 100 him, actually, but getting him level 90, you know, swap in a really good attack crit piece of gear for him, and he will do great. Now, the new Merlin came out, and if you don't have one of these three characters, and you did pull for Merlin for whatever reason, she's a great replacement, but she's not going to make it any faster. Listen, I have like no pots right now. I was watching Merlin auto. This is the things that I do to make videos, okay? I was watching the team's auto before recording this, and Merlin is not any faster than Shin. She really isn't. She doesn't hit that hard. And the reason why is because the bosses are red anyway, so green hard hitter versus green hard hitter, there's not much of a difference. Let me do a run here with this team to just show how fast it is. Now, there's another team, actually, that's more out there. One of my Twitch mods told me that is actually very, very, very fast, but a little bit inconsistent. This team is very, very consistent. I can see, you know, last time I auto-farmed, I had, like, Hauser instead of Echidna. That was, like, I was still using Hauser. Because Hauser is actually pretty decent still. If you don't have Echidna or King, Hauser's a great replacement. Hauser... People were clowning on me when they saw my Hauser. He's actually pretty good still. But the one thing you're aiming for, and the one thing that you want to make sure that you can do, is never allow the enemy to attack you. If you can make sure of that, like watch your auto for a little bit, and make sure that you're fast enough that you're killing the enemies before they get a turn, that's fast enough. I think that's fast enough. You don't need to stress over being any faster than that. If you can just one-shot or double, like two-tap the enemies, because you see, I'm not one-shotting the stages. I'm just two-tapping them. Like, I'm doing 2 attacks and they're dying. You don't even need to go for that. If you can attack them 3 times and they just don't get a turn, that's good enough. And you'll be getting like 50 to 70 to maybe 100 million gold if you let it farm for like, I don't know, like 10, 12 hours. Now, okay, let's talk about some other options. No, okay. Before I talk about other options, let me first talk about this specific option my Twitch mod told me that is actually faster, but a little bit inconsistent because I also watched the auto for a little bit, and I saw some flaws with it. But Red Brynhilder is very, very, very good. If you have her, or you end up pulling her in the future, I assume you have UR gear for her attack crit, because I hope you have it for Green Brynhilder. Gotta put the Red Sour on her. And the reason why she's good, let me give you, I just can give you anything, it's fine. The reason why she's good is because She one-shots any of the stages of her AoE. You need the Ragnarok card set. This one. Leveled up or you will not. So it's a little bit specific. But it is insanely fast. I won't actually overnight farm today because I don't have to. Like, I have 350, I'm not really going for anything. But here, so opening turn, you see like with Shin, and I haven't shown Merlin yet, which I will in a second, but you don't just one-shot them. But with Brynhilde, you do. She just one-shots them. The one thing I don't like about this, and I watched her auto for like 15 minutes, maybe not the greatest like sample size, but the one thing I didn't like about this particular team was only the fact that she can ult, which is a single target, and do her single target as well. And I've seen her do that, where she ulted, then single target, then Shin attacked, which made so you see, she's single targeting right now, so it took me 3 attacks this turn, because she single targeted. Now, this doesn't happen every time, and when you get a beautiful turn where she one-shots the first wave, you kill the second guy with like her single target or like Shin's single target, because they're debuffed, so Shin will one-shot them. And then you get her AoE again on the third wave, and she one-shots it. It's beautiful. And it happens all the times. It happens like, I want to say like I'll say most of the time, actually. It happens a good amount, but there's a lot of the times where either you take 3 attacks to kill, even if the fastest possible, or you end up taking more than 1 turn, actually, because you do the ultimate and then you single target, and then maybe you attack with Shin, or you attack with King and just don't kill the other enemy. So there's that issue, but if you have Red Brynhilde, she is phenomenal for gold farming, and I would say add her. Shin is still great. You don't need King. I would say then at that point you can just use like, I don't know, Hauser. You can use anyone here. Shin is so good though. I wouldn't replace Shin, especially with his relic. I would not replace him. I would keep him for sure. Okay, let's finally talk about Merlin, and I actually just took a little cut here because I wanted to confirm something. So I just tried this. I wasn't trying this before, and now I have, and I'm glad I did. Merlin with full weapons maxed out. Full weapons, 4 actually. She's gonna have her 5th weapon eventually. I'm assuming before demons actually get them. I'm assuming this is 15%. Yeah, full 15% attack crit gear. And Sauriel Link, that was the missing piece of the puzzle. I wasn't using Sauriel Link on her. Actually can, it's a little bit of RNG, because damage, if you don't know, damage in the game has slight RNG. It is what it is. Can actually one-tap the first wave. So let's see her do it right now. Now, it is a little far-fetched for me to assume all of you can just replicate that, having all the, you know, the 15% gear with... See, okay. I restart... Okay. I paused the video and watched her auto, like, a few more. And, I... I even upgraded some gear on the Link. She was one-shotting them. And now she didn't. Okay, it's a little bit of RNG as well. It's like, she can one-shot them. But usually, I have her max. This is the maximum attack she can get. There's nothing better than this. With maximum attack cards, I have the best attack cards in the game. I have the most attack when it comes to the cards. And she can one-tap. So she's actually slightly better than Shin. I am going to assume that if I can run, that you need Akina as well. You will need Akina, because she's also attack buffing Merlin. If I can run another unknown that's double AoE eventually, then Merlin will guaranteed to one-shot that first wave, which is pretty good. Again, a little bit inconsistent. There's a bunch of requisites for you to make it work, but it does happen. So, okay, Merlin is actually then slightly better than Shin, just a little bit inconsistent. She can one-shot that stage. I should have recorded the time where she one-shot it. Maybe I'll do a few more runs and see if she does. But it's like, okay. So let's say you don't have Echidna. You can just run Merlin Shin. Or you can run Hauser. Just, I would say maximize AoEs. And now we're going to be talking about characters that are pretty decent for farming, but don't have double AoEs. So a lot of people, I'm assuming, still run Green Arthur. Green Arthur is pretty decent. So let's put Shin here. Shin's great. I love Shin. He's the opener. And the reason why people run Green Arthur is because of Shin. So Green Arthur's passive is, or no, sorry, not passive. His relic is that he debuffs all the enemies, and his passive is that he increases damage for allies, and it's pretty great. The only problem I have with Arthur is just that he has a single target card, and you know, like I've been saying, the single target card is a problem because a lot of the times he's going to be using it and just flat out wasting a turn, which is time. So you're not maximizing it, but it's still pretty good. If you don't care to farm 100 million gold in one night, like look, boom. The only problem is that it is inconsistent. It just is. Because then the second turn comes in, and if I don't have the same Shin card, it's not as great. But God, isn't it beautiful when Shin one-shots? Oh, it's so beautiful. That's why the Arthur, people still rock it, and it works. Like, this is a beautiful run. Look at this. Oh, Shin's gonna destroy them as well. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at Shin. Oh, he's so good. He's so good. That's why people still run Arthur. It's so good. The only problem is that was the best case scenario. And should I run one more? Just the worst case scenario? Maybe we'll get it. But God, Shin. No one is doing it like Shin. Unless you get Brynhilder to get, again, 3 cards. But he doesn't even need a card set. He's just doing it. Look at that. Boom. Now, my Shin is very worked on. Maybe your Shin won't be able to one-shot it. He's gonna one-shot it again. King is doing nothing. Why am I using King? No. King is good for in case you don't get the Shin card, right? Oh, so good. We didn't get a single... Bro, what is this RNG? Ooh. We didn't get a single time where Arthur does a single target. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, no, screw it. This is the best. I know this is not the best. I wish it was, because I would love to say that Green Arthur plus Shin, screw King. Just Green Arthur plus Shin, that's all you need, baby. You one-shot all of it. But it's just not real. It doesn't happen every single time. It's been happening it's been happening pretty well right now on this very small sample size, though. I'm loving this. Give me that quick gold. Oh, I forgot to say choose gold food. It's okay. Even when he misses a few of the crits. I mean, you will need like maxed UR gear, Shin, for you to like one-shot it. That's obviously, you know, gonna be a requirement, but oh, it's beautiful. He's getting it 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row. Oh. I'm changing it. I'm gonna put this in the beginning of the video. Okay. This is great. This is great. I still like this. It's just not I hate that I don't have the example of it not being consistent. Now you're gonna think it is the best. Like, I had such great runs, and now it's like, how can I say that was not the best? I one-shot the stages all 3 times. But trust me, especially if you don't have a Shin that has 5 weapons all maxed out and like 20%. Oh, it's not 15. Pretty well worked gear. He won't be able to just one-shot this, but it's pretty damn fast. And in those times where you don't one-shot the stage, that's why like Green Arthur single targets come through, but that was beautiful. If you want to run Green Arthur, it's still very good. That's why I said it's a great option still. And again, if you don't have King, then you just run Hauser. And this is pretty runnable still. Especially if you've worked on Hauser a long time ago. And and for whatever reason you have your gear for, I don't have your gear for him, so I'm just gonna like your gear here. It's still pretty runnable. Let me do a run here. It's pretty budget. I mean, the gear on Shin is very good, right? But Hauser doesn't even have his own gear. I'm using someone else's gear, which is pretty bad. You know, you're not going to be doing as much damage. Okay, we might get a situation here where we don't one-turn the second one because Shin might not get a card here. Okay, this is what I've been talking about. So yeah, Arthur doesn't do the most with his AoE. I mean, he's not level 100. And if I had attack crit gear on him, I would have maybe been close to actually kill, but unlikely. It is just unlikely. Shin card? Shin card? Oh god, Shin card. Yeah, he one-shots. Thankfully. Thankfully. What changed? Okay. How's your finish? Again, 2 turns, that's fine. That's fine. 2 attacks, not 2 turns, 2 attacks. 2 attacks, that's fine. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So yeah, just maximize your AoEs. Make sure to use characters that aren't going to be overlapping with others when it comes to the card RNG. What I mean by that is Shin's great because he's always the opener. I don't know why. I actually don't know why. I think it's because of his want to attack debuffs, that he always go for his attack first before anyone else attacks. And he always debuffs first before anyone else attacks. Always. I've seen with Echidna, sometimes Echidna debuffs first, but it's like, I think only with Merlin. Shin is always going to be the opener. So that's why it's such a good combo with Arthur. But let's say you don't have Arthur's Relic, but you still don't have King. Then, I mean... Or you don't have Shin. God forbid you don't have Shin. Oh man. Then Echidna is a great option. Echidna is a great option. This was getting pretty long, but I think it's well in depth with just knowing the best way is not to, like, I don't know, have a character who's going to be doing good single target DPS on the last enemy. It's just bursting so that you can kill all the enemies as fast as possible and not allowing them to take their own turn. Yeah, Hauser doesn't quite one-shot them, but 2 attacks and he does the job. Now Arthur here, if I had UR attack crit for Arthur, yeah, because he goes for a single target, I'd be more confident on him, but he does not. Ooh, if he had limited crit. Yeah, attack crit, Arthur, with UR gear, level 100, would have, like, killed him. So that's pretty good to know. And then either Echidna or Hauser should be doing good here. Arthur should not single target because it's on a debuff. Yep. But he does do a single... You see, Hauser is not going to one-shot. So, yeah, Arthur takes a single target here. This is the problem with Arthur. If you can't one-shot the enemies, he feels the need to do his single target. Which will slow down, but as long as the enemy doesn't take a turn, that's good enough. So, I think that's it. I think I'm done. I just can I see Shin doing some more autoing? That was beautiful. Like a lot of characters that you may think are good, like Margaret for example, are not because she takes a turn to buff and you don't want that. A lot of characters that have AoEs you would think are good as well, like Traitor Meli. You would think Traitor Meli would be good, but like let's put him on. Yes, I don't actually know. Does he open up with his AoE? If he opens up with the AoE, it's pretty decent because he's probably going to one-shot. But on like the 3rd wave, for example, he is most certainly going to go for a single target, which is not great. He does open up with the AoE, which is pretty good. But you know, if Traitor Meli is what you have, you do what you gotta do. So long as you can make sure that the enemies don't attack you, that's good. Does he single target here? No, Arthur single targets. He does not take priority. Arthur always takes priority, man. Can you calm down? You don't do damage, Arthur. Let the other men do the job. Meli has the AoE, so you should do it. No, yeah, he goes for the single target. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate for him. Yeah, characters that have single targets. See, that's not what you want. That is not what you want to see. That's why I said Traitor Meli is not very good. That is not what you want to see. When the character prioritizes doing the single target, which they always do. They always do for this phase, for example, because of boss enemy. It heavily hinders your speed time. But that's about it. Hopefully you have Shin. That's what I was hoping. Hopefully you have Shin, because God, he's good.